Meanwhile, Mephiles looks back awkwardly.
I was expecting you sooner.
Yeah, I tried going through Dusty Death as fast as I can with Mephiles, but it still took me like 13 minutes.
But there's still time for you to change your mind. Join me, Shadow. Let us teach
Once again,
this world
Mephiles,
a lesson.
Shadow won't join you, because Shadow does whatever the hell he wants. It's pretty much an anti-hero.
Don't try to deceive me.
What?
Yep.
You have no desire for revenge. You only crave destruction. Your
Shadow makes a very, very good point.
Until there is nothing left of time itself.
Yep.
It's a pity, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Not really.
Truly a shame.
That's pretty much what Shadow is, basically. That backflip, though. And now this is basically Chaos 2.0, sort of. Not really, but...
I'll make sure you regret this, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh boy, here we go. So we have to defeat Mephiles, which is pretty much easier said than done. Wondering why I'm saying that is, well, I'll explain when. Loading screen will stop loading here in a few seconds. Sometime today, loading screen. Thank you.
Mephiles, I won't let you escape.
Okay, so here we have Mephiles. Mephiles is basically a little bit harder than you faced him in Flame Core, because basically you can't attack him straight on. You basically have to like build your Chaos Meter in order to attack him first. Because if you try attacking him, he basically has this shield around him. You can also try like using Chaos Spear to like stun him. That won't work either. So basically, Mephiles has a few attacks here. He'll basically have like a bunch of Mephiles clones that'll basically destroy you. And basically there are there are basically 4 to 5 enemies here, which you basically have to attack the eyes in order to build up your Chaos Meter. Which can be a little bit tricky. But basically, that's pretty much how you build up your Chaos Meter. And this can actually be real tricky, so I'm failing horribly right now. Okay, basically right here, you basically have to wait till it gets down on his hands and knees. That's the way I've always done it. If there is another way to do it, then I don't know it offhand, but... Okay, let's see here. Get down on your hands and knees. Come on. Or that could... No, that'll work. Not exactly what I wanted, but I'll take it. Okay, let's attack you. There we go. Okay, Chaos Mirror is about halfway full. Yep, nope. I knew that wouldn't work. Try that again. There we go. Okay, so Chaos Mirror is almost full. Defeat one more of those enemies and then we are good to go. And we can start attacking Mephiles. Okay. Come on. Crap. Okay. Wait for you and go. Got it. Okay, press the R1 button when it's full. Now. Actually, I'll defeat you first. Now let's press it. Okay. Okay, so basically it's the same that we did before, although the last hit for Mephiles can actually be quite tricky to do from what I've done. Okay, so let's do this. So far so good. He's down half health. There you are. Okay. That didn't work. Let's try that again. That worked. Okay. Okay, let's find the real one. Good. Okay, now we got this part. This part can actually be really, really tricky. Basically, you have to use Chaos Spear and homing attack to do it. But there we go. It actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So that's pretty much how that boss fight goes. And if you fail on that, the last hit, then you basically have to fill up your Chaos Meter again. Which isn't that bad if you wait for the enemies to get on their hands in like a crawling position or all fours position. But that's pretty much it for Mephiles, and for Shadow's story rather. And it only took me about 3 months. And And what did I get? I got a B, I think. Yep, B. S, actually. Wow. Okay. Just barely. Okay. I'll take it. And because of that, I get the 2 last useless medals in Shadow Story, because, you know, Sonic 06 and PS3 didn't have achievements, or not achievement, trophies. There we go. Music from Shadow Story is now available. Shadow episode, last episode locked. Oh god, last episode, that's gonna be a doozy. Oh boy, that's gonna be a fun one. I can already tell. And now Mephiles. I'm melting! I'm melting! Had to make a Wizard of Oz reference because it's Wizard of Oz. And now Shadow will try to use Sector of Darkness to seal Mephiles once again. But Mephiles destroys it, and like, what worked 10 years ago does not work 10 years later.
Destroy.
Yeah, thanks, Rouge.
The Eye of Now absorbed your power through your shadow in the past.
Yep, pretty much.
What may have worked 10 years ago no longer does.
Surprisingly, didn't land their feet this time. And now he's going to use 2 Chaos Emeralds to build a army of Mephiles. Mephiles clones, rather.
Realize now that you cannot hope to stop me with your limited power.
So you say.
It's futile. The world will betray you. Why fight at all? Why risk your life for those who will persecute you later?
And this is one of the best scenes in the entire game, one of the best cutscenes and lines.
I will fight like I always have.
So Shadow takes off his ring protectors, and he's gonna go after the entire army of Mephiles clones. While beholding glowing long skating, because, you know, Shadow the Hedgehog. So there we go, that is Shadow Story. And for completing Shadow Story, you unlock All Hail Shadow, which is made by Crush 40. This is remade for this game, and the original All Hail Shadow was made by Mephiles in Shadow the Hedgehog. I actually like the Crush 40 version mainly because of the opening guitar riff. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Shadow Story. All hail Shadow, he will rise again. And basically, how does Shadow Story go for me? Shadow Story actually went pretty well, I'm not gonna lie, because again, Shadow has most plot significance than any other character in Sonic 06, because, you know, Shadow the Hedgehog, he does what he wants. And pretty much, that's all I want to say currently. I'm trying to think what else I could say. Yeah, I like that little scene when, basically when the hovercraft kept going in the background when I finished Wave Ocean. That was pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. And basically Mephiles is actually pretty much a clone of Shadow. Pretty much he absorbed Shadow's form, and it's basically the same, except he's voiced by Dan Green, and he also has gray like lines on his spikes, and he also has chaos looking eyes, because that's what they were going for Mephiles, a chaos looking creature. But it kind of paid off, question mark, somewhat. But let's see, what else can I talk about here? I guess I could talk about the infamous glitch that occurred in, like, when I did Rouge, because that was not fun. I was actually debating restarting my PS3 because of that, because oh boy, that was not fun, I'm not gonna lie. Damn, Shadow! And I also like that cutscene, good god. The kicking scene, good lord, that's the game's best scene. I'm not gonna lie, that's probably one of my favorite cutscenes in Sonic franchise, rather. Okay, so what else can I talk about here? But I guess I could talk about Last Story since that's a more logical one. Last Story isn't going to take too long since it's probably going to take about 2-3 parts at least, because it's basically has one level and then has the final boss and then the final credits rather. So that will probably go up as soon as this one is done, because I will try to get daily uploads for this SLP, hopefully, unless YouTube decides to be a complete jerk and decides to take forever to process the video. That will probably happen, maybe, question mark, hopefully not, but I just know because of YouTube being a jerk sometimes with the processing and, you know, not sending video out to sub boxes. So yeah, that's pretty much all I want to talk about currently. Before I end this up, I guess I could probably talk about my opinions on the 4 kids voice actors. So what do I think of Jason Griffith as Sonic? He's probably the best Sonic voice that they've ever put on. I like Ryan Drummond, and I also like Roger Craig Smith. I like Smith to a certain extent. And yeah, Jason Griffith actually pulled a pretty good Sonic impression, or Sonic voice rather. And he also does pretty good shadowing. He got way better at Sonic Unleashed and Sonic and the Black Knight. That's pretty much that. And now, what do I think about Amy Pallett as Tails? I like Amy Pallett as Tails, but I prefer Kate Higgins as Tails because she pulled up a very, very convincing boy voice, even though her Lost World performance wasn't as good as her Generation and Cover's performance, because she did pretty well in Generations. I'm not gonna lie, because that's probably her best performance out of the 3 main games that she's done. Lost World being the weakest and Generations being her best. Fortunately, she doesn't do Tails anymore, like I've said multiple times, because she auditioned for Tails in Sonic Boom, but she didn't get the part for unknown reasons. And she also feared that she wouldn't. She also was worried that she wouldn't get the part either. And when I read that, I'm like, whoa, that kind of caught me off guard a little bit. Anyways, back to the 4 kids voice actors. So what do I think about Dan Green as Knuckles? It's pretty good. I kind of prefer Scott Dreer a little bit more, because he sounded a little bit deeper, and I didn't make Knuckles like an idiot back in the Adventure days. So yeah. Then what do I think about Lisa Ortiz as Amy Rose? Best Amy Rose voice ever. I'm not gonna lie. Can't say the same for Cindy Robinson though, because she sounds like Minnie Mouse still a little bit, but she doesn't sound like Minnie Mouse anymore. Well, in Sonic Boom at least, she doesn't sound like Minnie Mouse. Thank God. And what do I think about Karen Manuel, aka Kathleen Delaney as Rouge? Oh boy. I don't like it, unfortunately. I wish I do, but I wish I did like it, but I kind of prefer Karen Stratzman as Rouge a little bit, because she has that 18-year-old teenager appeal that Rouge has. And let's see. What do I think about Jason Griffith as Shadow? He pulls a pretty decent Shadow voice, and he also does Jet the Hawk in the Sonic Riders series. Jason Griffith does, which is weird because that's probably pulled a lot of vocal cords. And that's pretty much And what do I think about Maddie boosting as 123 Omega? The worst Omega voice in history. Oh my god, is it not good? Oh boy, it's not a good Omega voice. I kind of prefer John St. John. I kind of screwed up John St. John again. But that's pretty much it. I don't have an opinion on Silver. I kind of have an opinion on Blaze though, because I do like Bella Hudson a little bit, but I prefer War Bailey as more, even though we haven't heard much of War Bailey, unfortunately, because she only had one role and that was in, technically she was in college, but she didn't have many speaking roles in since Generations, which is kind of odd, but that's pretty much it. And what do I think about Mike Pollock as Dr. Eggman? Like I've already said, I love Mike Pollock as Dr. Eggman. I was getting kind of worried when they got rid of the 4 kids voice actors that they would replace them. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna end this off right here. This is from Mario Bros. 94. This one was placed on the Hedgehog 2006. I will see you guys next time for when we will do Last Story. If you guys enjoyed, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.